This is why we're going through what we're going through. These are the consequences of our actions of disobedience as a whole. Read, bro.
Behold, therefore, I have stayed my hand at thy dishonest gain, which thou hast made, and at thy blood, which hath been in the midst of thee. Can thine heart endure? Or can thine hands be strong?
He said, can I what?
Can thine heart endure? Or can thine hands be strong?
He said, can your mind endure, man? Can your body withstand? Can your hands be steadfast? Read.
In the days that I shall deal with thee, I, the Lord, have spoken it and will do it.
He said, man, he asked you, bro, can you endure this? This is what you asked for. You didn't want to listen, so therefore you asking to be punished. You don't want to listen, therefore you asking for trouble.
That's
you
right.
don't want to listen, therefore you asking for problems. You don't want to listen, so therefore I'm giving you what you want. The fruits of your doing. So how are you going to endure it? Can you endure what you're asking for? Remember, we just read in 2nd Ezra. It said, verse 66, what will ye do? What will ye do? Again, it's actually the same thing in verse 14. Can ye endure? Can thine heart endure? Can your hands stay strong?
Bring it out.
Is this what you asked for? Give me Judges 2:15. Okay. What's your life like? Read.
Chapter 2 and verse 15. Whithersoever they went out, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil, as the Lord had said, and as the Lord had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed.
He said, can thine heart endure? Can your hands stay strong? What will ye do? Read.
Nevertheless, the Lord raised up judges.
He said, nevertheless, the Lord still gave you people to guide you. Nevertheless, the Lord never left you slump. Nevertheless, the Lord never gave you an L. Read.
Which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them.
Which did what?
Delivered them out of the hands of those that spoiled them.
That still gave you the counselor. That still gave you the guidance. That still wanted you to be better. That still gave you the motivation. That still showed you the love. That still gave you that charity. Bro, he giving you everything you need, even in time of trouble.
That's right.
But can you endure it? Can you see the silver lining in the problem? Is the glass half empty or is the glass half full?
Bring it out.
Can thine heart endure? What will ye do? Read.
And yet they would not hearken unto their judges.
Even after giving you all the tools you need to succeed, even at the Lord's state. Read it again, bro.
And yet they would not hearken unto their judges.
Read.
But they went a-whoring after other gods.
But continue to follow down that rabbit hole of darkness. Read.
And bowed themselves unto them. They turned quickly out of the way which their fathers walked in, obeying the commandments of the Lord, but they did not so. And when the Lord raised them up judges, then the Lord was with the judge, and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies.
So not only did he raise up somebody to give you the guidance or to give you the game, he was with them to show you the example of how to walk, how to talk, how to be a true bro, how to be a true sister. Read.
And delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For it repented the Lord because of their groanings.
He said, all the days of that judge, all the days of that person he put to give you the game, all the days, things were made easy. All the days, things were made easier. All the days, things were made easier.
Bring it out.
Read.
By a reason of them that oppressed them and vexed them. And it came to pass, when the judge was dead.
Hold on. We're going to stop at 18. We're going to come back. Give me 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. Nevertheless, he gave you judges. Nevertheless, he gave you teachers. Nevertheless, he gave you pastors. Nevertheless, he gave you prophets. Nevertheless, read.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as...
No. Give me verse 9. Start at verse 9.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 9. Neither let us tempt Christ, as some of them also tempted, and were destroyed of serpents.
And was what?
destroyed of serpents.
We're going through it right now. Read.
Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured, and were destroyed of the destroyer. Now all these things happened unto them for example.
It did what?
Happened unto them for example.
We're reading these things as examples. Remember, it said this was written for your learning. For your learning. That in the end you may have hope in the power. That you may have faith in the work. These are examples to show us how to move, how to walk, how to talk, how to be a real brother, how to be a real sister, how to be a real husband, how to be a real wife, how to really love God. These are the examples. Read.
And they are written for our admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come.
These were written for a warning to us, to give us the game, to let us know how to operate. Read.
Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall.
He say, man, if you think you standing, man, take heed so you don't fall. But if you think you're on top of it, think again, man. Make sure cover all cover all bases. Look left, look right. Look left, look right before you cross the street, right? He say, cover all bases, take heed lest you fall. Read.
There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful.
But what?
God is faithful.
Nevertheless, he gave judges.
God is faithful.
He was with them all the days.
God is faithful.
Read.
Who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able.
He's not going to put you in a situation that you're not going to be able to handle. So when he asking you, can you endure? He asking you, what will you do? We already know the answer. But do you? What your spirit like? What your mind like? How you operating? What you telling yourself? I got it. I'm going to push through. I'm going to take this, man, and I'm going to be better. Dang, man, this keep happening. This keep happening. This keep happening. This keep happening. Issue after issue, problem after problem. Or are you taking it cheerfully?
Bring it out.
Are you understanding the route that you put yourself on, and these are the consequences of that route? So can you endure? Can thine heart endure? Are your hands strong? What will ye do? Read.
But will with the temptation also make a way to escape.
He say, but will make a way to escape. He gave you the judges to guide you. He put people in place to give you the hand that you needed to walk you out of the problems. To make that burden easy. Like Christ said, take my yoke upon you. It's light, bro. It's easy. Read.
That ye may be able to bear it.
That what?
Ye may be able to bear it.
He said, can thine heart endure? Are your hands strong? What will ye do? He letting you know, bro, you can bear it. But it's on you. It's your mind. Is your mind locked in on Christ? Is your mind locked in on the light? Is your mind locked in on being better? Is your mind locked in on positivity? Or you got that negative energy on you? Man, it is what it is, man. Left and right, up and down, bro. Problem after problem situation. I can't seem to get right. That mind state is gonna keep you from enduring to be better. It's gonna keep you from enduring to grow. Or again, there's no L's given, but only if you look at it as an L.
That's right.
Because he just said, I'm not gonna leave you without help. I'm not gonna put you in a situation you can't escape from. So it's not an L. It's a learning lesson. Let's see. Israel take a loss every time we have that negativity. Every time we bear hatred. Every time we go into darkness. Every time we lie. Every time we be villains, man. Anytime we take upon the spirit of the Antichrist, bro, we have that negativity. We block our own blessing. So when he asks you, can you endure? It's all on you. It's all on you. Your mind state. How you looking at it? Is the glass half empty or is the glass half full?
Bring it out.
Which one sound more positive to you? Are you gonna endure? Give me Judges chapter 2 verse 18. Let me get back to you. Read that, bro.
Judges chapter 2 and verse 18. And when the Lord raised them up judges, Then the Lord was with the judge and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge.
Again, he said, bro, God is faithful, man. Who will not suffer you to be tempted above what ye are able. And then, but will with the temptation make a way to escape. Read 18 again, bro.
And when the Lord raised them up judges, then the Lord was with the judge and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For it repented the Lord because of their groanings, by reason of them that oppressed them and vexed them.
Read.
And it came to pass, when the judge was dead, that they returned and corrupted themselves.
That they did what?
That they returned and corrupted themselves.
As soon as that person that was established for them, to guide them, to be their light, as soon as they go away, you fall right back into iniquity.
That's right.
You fall right back into poverty. You fall right back into darkness. Read.
More than their fathers, in following other gods to serve them and to bow down unto them. They ceased not from their own doings, nor from their stubborn ways. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel. And he said, because that people had transgressed my covenant, which I command their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice.
He said, man, you have made me angry. Wroth with anger, you don't want to listen. There's consequences. Give me Ezekiel 22 and 14. Read it.
Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 14. Can thine heart endure?
He said, can you endure, man? He said, since you want to act like this, bro, my anger is wrath. It's hot against you. Can you endure? Read.
Or can thine hands be strong in the days that I shall deal with thee? I, the Lord, have spoken it and will do it.
So let's see what you're going to have to endure with. Read.
And I will scatter thee among the heathen and disperse thee in the countries, and will consume thy filthiness out of thee.
He said, man, you are going to be spread out. Your whole tribe, your whole life, bro, is going to be spread out. Not knowing who you are, not knowing how great you are, not knowing the aspects of your own self. Scattered like dust in the wind. Read.
And thou shalt know that I am the Lord. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, the house of Israel is to become...
Hold on. Read verse 16 again.
Verse 16. And thou shalt take thine inheritance in thyself in the sight of the heathen, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
Read.
And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man.
So this is what came unto Ezekiel. Read.
The house of Israel is to me become dross. All they are brass, and tin, and iron, and lead, in the midst of the furnace. They are even the dross of silver.
Right, saying, man, we coming in on the back end, man. We got the dark cloud over us, bro. He say this is the runoff. When you burn these metals, man, it's gonna be a slag that comes at the top. For this metal to be pure, you gotta remove that slag. He said, our spirit is so filthy, we'll as the burn off, the runoff as these metals. Read.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, because ye are all become dross, behold, therefore, I will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem, as they gather silver, and brass, and iron, and lead, and tin, into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it.
To what?
To melt it.
Read.
So will I gather you in mine anger.
He say, man, I'm going to punish you. I'm going to punish you for your disobedience, for your iniquity, for you not wanting to listen, for you not wanting to take accountability of your own actions. This is what you're going to deal with. Read.
And in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you.
He say, man, I'm going to leave you there to walk, to choose whether you're going to endure and come out that purifying precious metal, or you just going to be cast to the side like runoff.
Bring it out.
Again, can thine heart endure? Are your hands strong? What will ye do when mine anger come upon you? When that season change from all the things that good happening for you, everything falling in line, to now things not going the way that they were. Things not seeming good. Things not seeming right. Are you gonna give him praise just like you was giving him praise in your happiness?
Bring it up.
Are you gonna give him the same praise in that turmoil? Are you gonna give him the same praise in the weak state? Are you gonna give him that same praise when it seemed like darkness around you? That's what he asking. Can thine heart endure? Are you gonna be 100, bro? Are you gonna be unchanging? Because again, just like how the power tell us to prove a friend, you gotta prove us.
That's right.
So what's your life like? You gonna endure? You gonna strengthen yourself? Or you gonna be that dust in the wind? Give me. Now keep reading, bro.
Yea, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof, as silver is melted in the midst of the furnace. So shall ye be melted in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I, the Lord, have poured out my fury upon you.
He say, when you feel like things is going bad, you gonna know why. When you feel like everything is wrong, you gonna know why. You gonna know you being checked. You gonna know exactly why.
That's right.
Because you asked for it. This is what you want. This is the consequences of being disobedient. I gave you judges. I gave you the pastors. I gave you the prophets. I gave you the people of God that's going to guide you. But as soon as they no longer in sight, you choose to go back into the dark. But can you endure the consequences of your action? Just as daylight went out, that's when your season changed for you. Everything was well off while they was around. Your season good. As soon as they gone, your season turned back.
Bring it out.
Give me Judges 2:20. Let's go back.
Judges chapter 2 and verse 20.
Jump up to 19.
Verse 19. And it came to pass, when the judge was dead, that they returned and corrupted themselves more than their fathers, in the following other gods to serve them, and to bow down unto them. They ceased not from their own doing, nor from their stubborn ways. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel. And he said, because that this people had transgressed my covenant, which I had commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice, I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died.
He said, you know what, I'm going to keep these around you. Just to be an issue, just to be a problem, just to prove, to see if you really about it. Read.
That through them I may prove Israel.
That he may what?
Prove Israel.
That he may what?
Prove Israel.
Right, he's saying it himself. Just like you got to prove a friend, I got to prove you.
That's right.
You didn't let your mouth sign a check that you can't cash. At least some of us. Because some of us gonna endure. Some of us gonna take it cheerfully. Take it on the chin. Get stronger. Get smarter. Get better. And some of us, it's gonna get worse.
Bring it out.
Be that dross, that runoff. Be the things that's easily discarded. And no longer thought of. It's just like when you step on an ant, step on a bug, you don't even think about it. It's reflex for you. It's in and out, dust in the wind. That's what happens when you choose not to endure. Read.
Whether they will keep the way of the Lord to walk therein, as their fathers did keep it, or not. Therefore, the Lord left those nations without driving them out hastily, neither delivered he them into the hand of Joshua.
He said, man, I'm going to leave these here to prove you. I'm going to see if you really going to continue to waddle in that idolatry. I'm going to see if you're going to continue to jump in the pits. I'm going to see if you're going to continue to fall into the snares. Give me Sirach 2 and 1. He say, I'm going to prove Israel. I'm going to prove Israel. I'm going to prove Israel. Read that, boo, when you get there.
Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Read.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Say, get ready to be proved. Read.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
And what?
Constantly endure.
And what?
Constantly endure.
And what?
Constantly endure.
He's saying constantly endure. So you say, what will ye do? Can thine heart endure? I'm telling you, push through, get stronger, read.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
Use your mind, read.
Cleave unto him.
He said what?
Cleave unto him.
Read.
And depart not away.
He said depart not from the way, read.
That thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Read.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerful.
Do what?
Take cheerful.
Do what?
Take cheerful.
He said whatever is brought upon you, man, grow. Get better, get stronger. Become that better version of yourself. Use this as a stepping stone to get better, get stronger. Read.
And be patient when thou art changed to a lower
He
state.
say be patient, man, because there is a time and a season for everything. You're going to have your ups and downs, man. Life is literally peaks and valleys.
That's right.
Peaks and valleys. What you do in that valley depends on your mind state. Depends how you are affected next. Is it going to turn back into a peak? Or is it going to become the flat line? And then a hill. And then a slump. And then it just fall off into nowhere. Read.
For God is tried, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
That's why he said, man, I'm going to put you in the furnace just like that brass, just like that tin, just like that lead, just like that gold, that silver. I got to try you. I got to make sure you the purest of yourself.
That's right.
I got to make sure your mind is all the way there. I got to make sure your mouth line up with your mind. I got to make sure everything about you, the works going to add up. Everything going to fall in line. Read.
Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him.
He say what?
Order thy way aright, and trust in him.
He say order thy way aright, and trust in him. Keep your mind locked in on the prize, man. Keep your mind locked in on the prize. Getting better, getting better, getting better. Learning, 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 increasing. This is why he say, man, what will ye do? Because we asked for it. So now we got to eat it. Now we got to deal with it. But he say, take it cheerfully. Because I'm not going to put you in a predicament where you cannot escape from it.
That's right.
You are the only one that can say whether you can get out or not. You. You the only one that can tell yourself whether you can do one more. You are the only one that can tell yourself whether you need to stop. You are the only one. You. That's why I say, can thine heart endure? Your mind, is it strong enough to hold? Is it strong enough to take cheerfully? Is it strong enough to still be all the way there? Or is it going to turn into that valley? Is it going to turn into that flat line? Into that slump? Let's go back. Go ahead and give me James 5 and 7. Again, life, man, is peaks and valleys. Peaks and valleys. There is a time and a season for everything. How you gonna endure it? Some brothers' valleys may be a little less stressful than other brothers. You may just have you may just have to replace a tire. Another brother may not even have a vehicle anymore.
Bring it out.
You may lose your dog. Another brother may lose his whole family. You may not have enough money just to pay one bill. Another brother may not even have a check. Everybody's valley is different. What you do with that valley, your mind, can thine heart endure? What will ye do? Are you going to take it cheerfully? You're going to continue to press forward and have that faith in the power? Or you're just going to let it fall to the wayside? Read that, James 5 And 7.
James chapter 5 and verse 7. Be patient, therefore.
You say what?
Be patient, therefore,
Read.
brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruit of the earth, and had long patience for it, until he received the early and latter rain.
Until you receive the early and the latter rain. Again, man, there's a time and a season for everything. Peaks and valleys. Read.
Be ye also patient. Establish your hearts.
He said, can thine heart endure? Read.
For the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. Grudge not one against another. Brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. Take, my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering affliction.
For an example of suffering affliction. For an example of strong mind, strong will, strong body. Read.
And of patience.
And of what?
And of patience.
And of what?
And of patience.
Read.
Behold, we count them happy which endure.
He say, we what?
We count them happy which endure.
We count them happy which endure. Take cheerfully when thou art brought to a lower state. Read.
We have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiable and of tender mercy.
Bro, he said, I'm not going to put you in a situation where you cannot escape. Look at Job. Do you think you can recover from what Job had to go through?
Bring it out.
You think your mind can endure that? You think you strong-willed enough to have faith in the power? See, that's the type of endurance we're talking about. Non-wavering, non-flinching, all the way straight forward, 100% real live brute. Strong in the faith. Strong in the faith. Real live endurance. And guess what happened at the end for Job? Multiple folds.
Bring it out.
Increase. Give me 2 Thessalonians 1 and 4. Read that, dude.
2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 4. So that we ourselves glory in you in the churches of God, for your patience and faith in all your persecutions and tribulations that ye endure.
He said, endure these things, man. In all faith, man. This is Paul speaking. Read.
Which is a manifest token of the righteous judgment of God, that ye may be counted worthy of the kingdom of God, for which ye also suffer. See?
You good. This is what is at the end, man. This is what's at the end. Read verse 5 again.
Verse 5. Which is a manifest token of the righteous judgment of God, that ye may be counted worthy of the kingdom of God, for which ye also suffer.
That you may be counted worthy. This is what you're enduring for. This is what that light is at the end of the tunnel.
That's right.
This is what's at the end of that race. The end of that marathon. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Give me 2 Peter 2 and 18. Excuse me, 1 Peter 2 and 18. My bad. Read that when you get there.
1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 18. Servants, be subject to your master with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward.
See, man, now it's going into those same judges, those same brothers, those same leadership that's put above you and put to guide you, bro. Take what they're giving you, bro. Take that counseling. Grow. Endure that hardness. Endure it. Because at the end, bro, they're telling you this. They're giving you the game for the betterment of yourself,
That's
of
right.
your spirit, of your mind, of your family, of your soul, bro. Read.
For this is thankworthy, if a man for conscience toward God endure grief.
He say, this is thankworthy that they're long suffering, bro. You endure it. You endure it. You endure it. Read.
Suffering wrongfully. For what glory is it if, when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently. But if, when ye do well and suffer for it,
but if when ye do well and you endure it, read,
ye take it patiently, this is acceptable with God.
Bro, he said, take it cheerfully when thou brought to a lower state. Because at the end of the day, I still got an escape route planned for you.
That's right.
Christ said, take my yoke upon me. Bro, it's made light. It's made easy. Read.
For even hereunto were ye called, because Christ also suffered for us.
Because what?
Christ also suffered for us.
So Christ even also endured for us. Read.
Leaving us an example.
Leaving what?
Leaving us an example.
So first we seen an example of going bad. Now we got an example of how to endure and be strong. Read.
That ye should follow his steps. Who did no sin?
Who what?
Who did no sin?
Read.
Neither was God found in his mouth.
Bro, he showed you, bro. He showed you how to do it. He showed you it can be done. Endure. And he had to endure for all of us. He had to make a way and make it easy for all of us. Instead of doing a team lift, he threw it on his shoulder.
Bring it back.
Bro, take cheerfully. Because the power said, bro, take my yoke. I'm going to make it light for you. I'm going to make it easy. Bro, throwing it on the shoulder, bro, and walking with it. Y'all just cackalack and talking, man. Chill.
That's right.
Ain't got no cares, ain't got no words. Because you put all your burdens on the power. Give me Hebrews 12:1. Let me get there with you, bro. Read that out.
Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us.
He said, let us lay it aside. Read.
And let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Christ.
Looking what?
Looking unto
He
Christ.
said, looking unto the power, man, unto the Son. Read.
The author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross.
He did what?
Endured the cross.
He endured the suffering of all of us, man, to make it easy. Read.
Despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God.
Read.
For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners.
He say, for consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners, bro, that took on all of that. Read.
Against himself, lest ye be weary and faint in your minds. Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin.
Read.
And ye have forgotten the extortion which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord.
He say, despise it not. Despise it not. Take it cheerfully. Read.
Nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth.
For what?
For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth.
Read.
And scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
Bro, that's showing you love. Because at the end of the day, with you and your children, if they don't listen, if they disobedient, you got to correct them.
That's right.
You got to check them. But see, we cannot be hypocrites in this walk. Just like we want our children to listen and obey, God need us to listen and obey as well.
That's right.
He need us to follow in order. And when we choose not to, and when we do fall into that snare and fall into that trap, we need to endure. We need to take accountability and endure. We don't need to just fall by the wayside. We need to turn that valley back into a peak.
That's right.
Read.
But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
He say, bro, without that chastening, man, without that correction, you wouldn't even be counted as a son. Because the father loves his children enough to guide them, to teach them, to inform them, and to correct them. Because if he does not correct the wrong, you are going to continue to follow in the wrong.
That's right.
So we say endure. Can thine heart endure? What will ye do? Are thine hands strong? Let's go back. Matthew 24:13. Read that.
St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Now, this is what we're telling you, man. Take cheerfully. Take cheerfully. Endure. Be strong. Strong in the faith. Strong in the mind. We coming to a close. Give me Psalms 30:1 and we out. Read that, bro.
Psalm chapter 30 and verse 1. I will extol thee, O Lord, for thou hast lifted me up and hast not made my foes to rejoice over me. O Lord, my God, I cried unto thee, and thou hast healed me. O Lord, thou hast brought up my soul from the grave. Thou hast kept me alive, that I should not go down to the pit.
Bro, this is what we should be praying unto the Most High, man, giving him thankful, giving him praise. We should be praising him. Read.
Sing unto the Lord, O ye saints of his, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness. For his anger endureth but a moment.
He said it endured but a moment. And we've all heard this saying in Christianity, bro. We've all heard this saying in the Baptist church. Read verse 5 again.
For his anger endureth but a moment.
And they say, read.
In his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night.
We all heard it. Weeping may endure for a night, right?
But joy cometh in the morning.
They say everything has a season. There's a time for everything. Weeping may be here right now. But that joy, that love, man, that way out is right around the corner. Read.
And in my prosperity I said, I shall never be moved. Lord, by thy favor thou hast made my mountain to stand strong. Thou didst hide thy face, and I was troubled. I cried to thee, O Lord, and unto the Lord I made supplication.
Earnest, man. Earnest, heartfelt apologies. Read.
What profit is there in my blood when I go down to the pit? Shall the dust praise thee? Shall it declare thy truth? Hear, O Lord, have mercy upon me. Lord, be thou my helper. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. Thou hast put off my sackcloth and girded me with gladness.
He said, thou hast turned my mourning, my sadness into dancing, into happiness. Enduring the hardness, man, to come out on the end. Positive. Read.
To the end that my glory may sing praise to thee and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks unto thee forever.
Bro, this is how we should be praising the power. May say, thank cheerfully. In the time of happiness, in the time of distress, in the time of weary, bro, you should still sing and praise the power.
That's right.
Endure. Endure. Gird up your loins. And on that, we say shalom.